Welcome, fellow dreamers. Welcome to Northland Homestead. So in today's video, I'm going to show you kind of what it looks like a working day at the homestead, a day in the life, so to speak. But we're not going to go the whole day. This is more of the 9 to 5 hours. Although it's not 9 o'clock. We're getting started. It's actually almost noon. But you know, that's kind of how it is on homestead life. I have a morning routine where I do my workouts and, you know, making breakfast and getting things kind of situated so that I can have my productive time. But, you know, whenever that happens, that's what we're following. Today is actually a Saturday, so it's not the Monday through Friday work time either. This is sort of the beauty and maybe not beauty of homestead life. It can happen any day of the week and basically every day of the week. Because if you don't stay on top of it, it can overwhelm you. And unfortunately, that's sort of what's happened. The past couple of days, we've really enjoyed the summer to its fullest. We went swimming at the lake and we just went out hiking and having a really wonderful time enjoying the summer and really making the most of it. And for one of the first times ever, I can say that I'm not wishing the summertime away because it's just been such a lovely time as a family, which is wonderful. And I'm trying to romanticize the summertime more so that I can enjoy it more. But today I'm going to try and make up for the fact that I haven't been in the kitchen very much lately and that I haven't been preparing things and keeping things tidy. So we're going to be tidying up the house and also doing quite a bit of cooking. So let's get to it. It's wonderful to have fun with family and to enjoy the season and everything that it has to offer, but we also need to get some work done, and that's what we're doing today. I'm starting off by unwrapping all of this new Tupperware. I actually didn't have very much Tupperware, and it's something I really needed in my kitchen. I make a lot of things in bulk, and therefore I need to preserve it in some form. And a lot of times that's simply putting the leftovers in a Tupperware and putting it into the fridge. So that's why I needed these Tupperwares. Now I'm unloading my dishwasher for the day and reloading it because we have plenty of dishes to do today. Hopefully this gives you a little motivation to do your cleaning. I'm putting away the toaster from morning breakfast, and now I'm going to go ahead and take care of the boys' school supplies. They've been sitting out here on the kitchen counter after I did some grocery shopping and ordering some things from Amazon. So now it's time to wash up the new shirts for Jim and put away their school supplies. Earlier, I was just putting away all of my son's school supplies and I was washing my oldest gym shirts. This year he's actually going to middle school. He's going to be starting 6th grade and he's going to be changing for gym every day. So I had to get him a duffel bag, gym bag. So I went ahead and picked this up because it matches his tennis shoes. And he's also going to need a bunch of t-shirts and gym shorts. So I went ahead and picked those up and I'm washing them now so that they'll be all clean and ready to go for his first day of school. And I was able to pick up all of their school supplies, minus a few things that they were out of stock on. So I'm just going to put those in their book bag so that they're ready to go for their first day of school in 1 month. The great thing about using Amazon and ordering your groceries online is that you can kind of compare prices. So a lot of things were cheaper at Meijer, and like the clothes and the duffel bag, I wasn't able to find those items from Meijer, but I was able to find them on Amazon for a nice price. So I think it's really important to just do your research when you're ordering things such as this, things that are specific and necessary to have the right color scheme, because I know for my son he needed specific colors for each of his courses. So I highly recommend doing your research to compare prices. It's a great way to save money. Now that the dishes are done, it's time to scrub out this dirty sink. Let's go. I once heard that a kitchen sink is actually dirtier than a toilet. I find this very hard to believe. But if it is true, here's your reminder to make sure you scrub that sink really well. So today is definitely an all hands on deck kind of day. I'm inside doing most of the cleaning and a lot of the cooking, but Ethan and the boys are outside doing the outside work. So let's go check in on them and see how they're doing.
So we're out here doing some weeding. The boys are helping me out for money because they would like to save that up for some of the things they want. So they're doing little jobs to help me out. There's a lot of weeding to do out here, and man, it's been a lot on my own. So fortunately, I've got some employees today.
Ethan and I divide the work not based on genders, but based on our interests. He likes to work outside, and I like to work inside. I'm a bit of a homebody, and I really love cooking and cleaning, and he hates those tasks. So it really works out well that we're able to divide the tasks. We're back in the kitchen, and it's time to finish tidying things up. Starting with putting away these farm fresh chicken eggs. I'm just going to cut off these tops so that I can compost them, and also so that they don't take up as much space in my refrigerator. Into the compost bin. Now that everything is put away, it's time to wipe things down. I'm just going to go ahead and scrape everything off onto the floor because I'm going to be sweeping up anyway. Let's go ahead and put in a new wax melt. I'm ready for all things fall. Let's start with the scents. Is anyone else dealing with fruit flies? Around my fruit basket, it's been a real problem. So I'm spraying with some insect repellent for that. Recently, I fried up a bunch of chicken to fill my freezer. That way we can have some chicken tenders in a hurry. It's a great thing to fill your freezer with, but unfortunately, it makes your stove pretty dirty. Time to sweep up our mess. I'm just gonna water my indoor plants. Okay, so the kitchen is all nice and tidy, minus the extra load of dishes that need to go, which are mostly just those Tupperware that I bought recently that need to be washed for the first time. But everything else looks really nice and clean and tidy, so now we've got a kitchen to mess up again. I'm gonna go gather the laundry that I hung out on the line. In the summertime, it's really lovely to hang up our laundry. It's a great way to save on electricity, not using the dryer. And it's a sustainable, renewable resource to just use the sun. Plus, it's a great excuse to get outside. Like to fold my laundry on this little pony wall. It's kind of like a bookcase on the inside, and it has lighting as well, which is really nice. I always like to turn that on at night. It gives a nice warm glow. But this pony wall is really convenient because it's nice and long and it accommodates a lot of laundry as I fold. And I'm able to watch something as I fold and entertain myself a little bit. Makes the job a little funner. Right now I'm watching Becky from Acre Homestead. I finally got all of the laundry folded and that second load in the dishwasher, and I actually managed to get all of it in there, so all of the dishes are now done and all of the laundry is now done, which is a great feeling. I've got the kitchen all picked up, the dining room picked up, and the living room picked up, so major progress has been made today. So I'm very pleased with the amount of cleaning that I've been able to accomplish. But I haven't gotten to any cooking yet, minus what we just ate for breakfast and lunch. But I need to make a loaf of bread today. That absolutely is a must. And I'd really like to make some granola bars for my son because he really is a snacker, my littlest guy is, and he's been missing those. They're actually really delicious and super easy to make. So I'll definitely leave the recipe in the description box below. Alright, well let's get to cooking. Alright, so I'm warming up some milk and water on the stove to the right temperature of 110 degrees Fahrenheit. Putting the sugar in the bowl, and now that warm milk water mixture. Now it's time to add 3 tablespoons of active dry yeast. And we need to let that get nice and frothy, which takes about 7 minutes. In the meantime, I'm going to measure out my bread flour. Because I'm doubling it, we're going to need about 11 cups. We're going to add our salt and our butter to the frothy mixture. And all of our flour, 1 cup at a time. When it comes to bread making, it's far more important that you have the right consistency than than it is to follow the measurements exactly. Sometimes you may need a little less flour or a little more flour. But just make sure that you get a nice, elastic, smooth ball when all is said and done. This scraper is an absolute must when it comes to bread making. And frankly, I find a lot of other uses for it too, so this is a kitchen staple. Unfortunately, my KitchenAid is too small to handle a double load of bread dough, so I'm going to be kneading this by hand. But honestly, I don't know about you, but I kind of like kneading. Time to put a damp towel over it and let it proof for an hour. So while my dough is proofing, I'm going to go ahead and make some homemade granola bars. They're actually fairly healthy because they have a lot of oats in them, as well as honey to make it sweet versus a lot of sugar and things like that, and a minimal amount of chocolate chips, as well as some really nutritious protein-rich peanut butter. So it's actually a really healthy snack that my kids actually really love as well. So let's get to making it.
As I said, this is actually fairly healthy, and you know exactly what's going into it, whereas the stuff you get from the grocery store, you have no idea what's really in there. A lot of times it's ingredients that you can't even name. But with this, I know exactly what my sons are consuming. The recipe calls for smooth, creamy peanut butter, but I like to use the extra crunchy. I think it makes for a really nice texture to the granola bar, and it gives it a little more substance. You can use as much or as little chocolate chips as you'd like in this recipe. I opt to use just a little bit because I feel it's plenty sweet without overpowering with chocolate chips. It's time to flatten it out into a nice flat rectangle. Not too flat, you want it to be about the width of a granola bar. Unfortunately, I was out of parchment paper, so I'm making do with aluminum foil. Not the best alternative, but hey, it worked.
So we had a very productive day today, and I'm very proud of what we accomplished. My day isn't quite done yet. I definitely still have to finish the bread, but I didn't want this video to get too long, so I'm going to cut the video off here. But I will insert a clip of me bringing the bread out and showing you the finished product here.
This bread smells absolutely delicious, and it tastes even better than it smells. Definitely give this recipe a try.
Thank you so much for joining us today. Please like and subscribe to our channel to follow our journey, and we'll catch you next time. Bye!